Zombie Apocalypse.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is 6 Scale Economist. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Hot Toys 2020 Toy Fair exclusives from Marvel. So as always, we're going to talk about these, we're going to talk about these mainly from a collection perspective. I just want to give my input, so let's just jump right into it. First one we're looking at is the Iron Man from Iron Man 2, the holographic version. I don't know. I kind of have like a general consensus on all four of these. Like, I'm just not too hot on, especially on this one. Like, did anybody really ask for this? I don't really know. This just seems like a gimmicky Iron Man cash grab. I know there's some fans out there, and I've been in a couple live streams and just been talking to people and hearing people's opinion. I guess it's kind of cool. I know I didn't ask for this. There was a lot of other Marvel releases that I could have wanted, and this holographic gimmicky version, I don't need this. I know the Iron Mans that I want in my collection. The Iron Mans that I like is Iron Man Mark 46, Iron Man Mark 47, Iron Man Mark 7, some of the earlier marks, but this one, nah, don't really need it. Not a big fan of it. I think it looks kind of cool, but I don't think it looks like anything spectacular or super eye-catching or anything, and I just think it's kind of a gimmicky cash grab that I don't want to succumb to. So I saw this one, definitely not too pumped about this one. Be an easy pass for me. I'm not picking up this figure. And just jumping right into the next one, we also have Whiplash from Iron Man 2. Again, I guess it's cool because we don't have that many villains in Iron Man, and I kind of like how his exposed joints actually don't look that bad. I think they actually pulled off a shirtless character quite well with this figure, way better than they did with episode 6 Leia or anything. But again, I don't think it looks that spectacular. I know this figure how it went in the secondary market, but I never thought to really pick up this figure. I want some more villains in my Iron Man shelf, but or my Marvel shelf, but wasn't asking for this one. Don't really need it. I think it's cool. I think the accessories are cool, and there's definitely a lot of people out there that I'm sure are super pumped for this figure. But Iron Man 2 for me was kind of a meh movie anyways. And I didn't find this villain that interesting. I think the head sculpt is also not spectacular. Don't think it looks like the actor too much. I think he's cool with the accessories he has, and he's a cool idea for a character, but again, I didn't need this one. I would have much rather seen them release this Iron Man. This is a cool Iron Man that goes for a pretty penny in the secondary market. So maybe they're going to give us this Iron Man. A lot of people speculating that they will. I think it's very likely that they could re-release this Iron Man as well. But even if I was to pick up this Iron Man, which I would consider, I might. I don't know. I think it looks kind of similar to the Mark 47 in the sense that it's red and silver, but I think the sculpt for the Mark 47 is so much better, that body type, so I'd rather just pick up that Iron Man if anything. But even if I was to pick up that Iron Man, I don't really need this character to display with him. This isn't a movie that really resonates with me that much. I think it's one of the weaker Marvel movies, actually. And so when I saw this one again, I was just wasn't that pumped. I don't know if reuse of the display base that was reused from Mark 7, which was reused from Terminator. Again, it just screams to me lazy cash grab. I can pass on it. I don't know if the Hot Toys is doing this because of the COVID pandemic. They need to get some figure out. The easiest thing for them to do is use the same molds. They don't have to worry about the licensing, the getting the head sculpt approved by the actor or anything, because they've already got it done. So maybe that's why they did this figure. Easy pass for me as well, though. Not too pumped about this one. This one is more interesting. Obviously, Spider-Man 2099, very big, comic book character. I think this figure is going to resonate with a lot of those comic book, fans out there that having those comic book representation of their figures. I personally am much more of a movie fan. I like the MCU. Comics don't resonate with me as much. So I'm also unfortunately passing on this figure as well, but this is probably definitely the better of the bunch, and I know a lot of people are picking up this figure. A lot of people have been waiting for Spider-Man 2099. I'm excited. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this one. I think this one is a lot more bifurcated than some of these other figures. I think there's a lot of people that are super pumped for this figure and are definitely picking it up, and there's a lot of people that it just doesn't really resonate with them, and so they're not picking up, and I probably put myself in that boat. But I can at least appreciate this figure. This one is a lot different than the two Iron Man 2 figures. I think this one's going to make a lot of people happy, and a lot of people are pretty stoked to see this as an announcement. You know, it's kind of basic what he comes with. It's like the Spider-Man stuff. Like, he comes with the webs and like the hands and like the display base. Well, I guess the display base looks pretty cool. Still the hexagon display base, which I'm not a big fan of. But I think you could have came with like probably more accessories, but that's cool. This one is like a pass for me, but I respect other people if this one is definitely a pickup for them. And then jumping into the last one, I actually think that this is the best figure that they released for Toy Fair Marvel figures. Stan Lee cameos are awesome. This is definitely one of his more like iconic ones. I would say his iconic ones are like, you know, this one, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, one that we obviously saw last year. Like his cameos are very cool, and I think that holds like a really interesting place in a lot of people's collection. Like I think it's cool to like have like a Stan Lee and like on like your Marvel shelf. Obviously the genius behind all of this. You know, rest in peace. It's, you know, fantastic that Hot Toys continues to make characters from him to, you know, like, you know, keep his legacy alive. The head sculpt is great too. Like, love the glasses. Just like a really cool look from you know, from Thor Ragnarok. And I like this figure. I'm considering picking up this one. I don't have any Stan Lees in my collection yet, and I'm like kind of been on the fence if I want to do it. Like, if I'm gonna do it, then I'm probably gonna pick up multiple Stan Lees. But I really like this one. I think this one is unique. This one doesn't feel like a cash grab to me, so of all the 4 announcements, this one is my favorite, but overall just a little bit of a letdown. Could have done a lot of cool things, so I kind of wish they did more, but like there has been rumors of other things like coming into the pipeline, and potentially maybe like Mark 1. I've also been reading a lot lately that, you know, people are saying the Scarlet Witch is going to be re-release, which is like an awesome re-release. That figure goes for a ridiculous price in secondary market, and I think there's actually a lot of merit to that rumor, given that I've actually been checking the Facebook groups and I've seen people have been like very quietly trying to list their Scarlet Witches for like $475, $450, $425 to try and sell it before that figure gets announced and that figure hits, you know, tanks in the secondary market. So I think we have like more good stuff to come from Marvel. I think that this was kind of a misfire on these announcements on an overall basis, but I would say Stan Lee is probably my favorite of the bunch. These are only my opinions, though. You know, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Were you guys pumped for, you know, these announcements? Are any of these like definite pickups? Or are some of you guys picking up all 4 of these? You know, let me know. Always happy to hear everybody's, you know, comment and feedback. Thank you for tuning in, though. This is 6 Scale Economist, and we'll see you in the next video.